Hey guys, it's Leilani for God, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'm going to be exposing 3 things, so you need to watch to the end. Number 1, Tokyo Toni cursed me out. Number 2, she steals 88% of the donations that people send to her to feed the homeless. Number 3, Tokyo Toni's SHN Network no longer exists, but she's still promoting it even at this very moment. Okay? So the first thing I want to get into is how she cursed me out. And it's funny because someone left a comment for me today saying Tokyo Toni cursed her out because she said good morning. And I replied to her comment and I said, at this point, Tokyo Toni's probably going to curse me out too. And then when I went to do my research to put this video together, sure enough, Tokyo Toni done cursed me out, y'all. I think it's hilarious. I think she's a demonic spirit, of course, but you know, the whore of Babylon cannot hurt my feelings. But what she did was, now I'm really going to expose her for real. In this video, and the next one I do is going to be even worse. Just exposing her like it's worse than what you think it is. We think it's funny. It's funny. We think it's mental illness. There is mental illness. We think it's substance abuse. It is substance abuse. But it's also a part of the whole devil's network that we refer to as Illuminati or Freemasonry or Satanism or Luciferianism. So I'm going to show you guys that Tokyo is absolutely a part of the demonic, establishment. And of course, it should be obvious based on all of her exposure on major networks. All right. Anyway, I'll talk about that in my next video. This video is about Tokyo Toni cursing me out, stealing from the homeless, and her SHN network is now defunct. So let's get into the proof. Now, as you guys know, I've been asking Tokyo this question for about a week now. I said, hi, Tokyo, may I ask why you deleted your Jag, Sam, and Legina content? You did not play any music or have Jag in some of the deleted videos. She said, I delete all my contacts. Sorry, you just finding that out. Keep it up for what whoever heard it, they heard who didn't. Okay, that don't make no sense. However, here's what's fascinating. She said, I delete all my contacts. Tokyo, I didn't ask you about your contacts. I asked you about your content, your videos on YouTube. You did delete all but one of your Jag videos on your older page. And now that you're on this new page or your old backup page that you're on now, you've been there for the past 7 days and you have not said one word about Jag, her son Sam, nor Legina. After you promised Sam and Legina you was their auntie, godmama, you would be there for them and they could contact you if they ever needed anything. Now that Jag's in a mental hospital, you telling me you deleted all of your contacts? So that means you deleted them. Okay, so by you trying to be so rude to me, you just exposed yourself. Next, she says, I Jag in over 20 videos. What are you talking about? Get off my page before you get a little B. Stop being a fucking groupie. All right, makes no sense at all. I'm not a groupie. I've never sent you any money and I've never paid you a compliment. All right, boo-boo. So I'm going to need you to reevaluate what the English language is and invest in some Hooked on Phonics so we can have a brief conversation, just a little small talk. Okay. Then she says, go find something to do. You have the word God in your name, but you being nosy. Find something to do. True. I'm being nosy and I have God in my name. There's no law in the Bible against being nosy. The scripture says, have no parts of the work of evil, but expose it. Scripture says, cry aloud and spare none. Okay, so the work that I'm doing, the investigative journalism that I'm doing on Tokyo Toni is scriptural. Okay, yeah, I'm being nosy. I give that to you. I am. Then she says, you're so fucking nosy, bitch. Did you donate? Did you tip? Do you do anything for your community? You worried about Jaguar, right? She's not thinking about you at all. Nowhere in her brain. Keep people name out your mouth. We get sewn up. Yes, Miss Tokyo, I've done a lot of community activism. I started a food co-op. I've done many clothing drives. I've done so many things that I don't even talk about on YouTube, because when you're a Black person and you're doing community activism, that can cause a lot of negative people to start tracking you. Okay. Nobody likes to see young Black people being political activists. Okay. But if you watch my content, you should be able to pick up that I'm very politically astute. Okay. So don't question my integrity when it comes to community activism, because unlike you, I have the pictures to prove all of the work that I have done. Okay. She has the audacity to say I have the word God in my name. Who else has the word God in her name? Tokyo Toni. Ever since you changed your name to Leading for God, that's when you got on my radar, boo-boo. That's when you messed up. Okay, you out here trying to read the Bible in between cursing and twerking and smoking drugs all over the Bible. You claim that you're an Israelite. If y'all check the history of my channel, the majority of my views come from exposing Israelites. So I'm not surprised that the views I'm getting on Tokyo Toni's videos, I'm not even getting as much views on my Tokyo Toni videos as I got on my other videos exposing Israelites. For some reason, y'all love it when I expose Israelites. So maybe that's what I need to stick with, because I was born Israelite. These fake liars are coming along saying they're Israelite and they're not. And they're lying on the scripture. They're lying on God. They're lying on what it means to be an Israelite. Okay, guys? So that's when you got on my radar, Tokyo Toni. If you would have stayed a whore Babylon stripper named Tokyo Toni, I would have not hopped on your neck, your back, and your head at the same damn time. I would have let you live. But once you start dragging Israelites into it, I got to see you on the playground at 3 p.m. That's all I'm saying. So let's expose how she scams donations from the homeless that she is supposed to be feeding. Tokyo Toni admits homeless drive is a scam. All right. So you guys go watch this short video. I don't want to play it because I don't want to get a strike. And this person probably wouldn't even strike me because they're exposing her, but I don't want to take any risks. So in this short video, Tokyo Toni says for every $250 that she receives, she puts 220 of those dollars in her pocket. She specifically says out of her own mouth, for every $250 that she receives in your donations, she puts $220 to her for herself. And she says she goes shopping with it and buys clothes for herself and hair. And she's like stroking her hair as she's saying it. So for every $250 she receives, if she takes $220 out of it, that's 88%. So if you give her $100 bill, she's going to put $88 in her pocket for shopping. And she's going to give $12 to the homeless when you donated the $100 to feed the homeless. All right. So you guys have to go and see this for yourself. Tokyo Toni admits homeless drive is a scam. And she's stroking her hair and smiling as she says it. And look, 3 people upvoted it. That she said for every 250 y'all donate, she take 220 for herself. And 3 evil, wicked, demonic spirits upvoted her. Look at her face. That's just crazy. So people wrote in the comments under that video, Tokyo, go get a job or do some volunteer work. Oh no, this is a different video I took these comments from. They said, go feed the homeless. That is a great charitable thing to do. Someone replied to her, she was stealing from the homeless. That's why she's homeless. She can't even help herself. Someone said, how do you steal from the homeless? They're homeless. They replied, what do you mean? People were sending her money thinking that they are donating to the homeless. And she lied to people saying that she will put the money into the homeless and she will feed them when clearly she feeds some and took the rest of the money. She was using them as bait to get what she wanted. That's how she stole from the homeless. Someone said, okay, I never knew any of that. I just remember she went on a rant of how she helped the homeless. Here's a video. Tokyo Toni screams at the homeless at Skid Row. But when Tokyo Toni, see, somebody else made this channel called Rose Vac China. But they're saying Tokyo Toni screams at the homeless at Skid Row. Tokyo Toni, under her channel that she now calls Leading for God, says that she is the only reality TV star that gives back. Tokyo Toni feeds the homeless. All right. So why did this person say that Tokyo Toni screams at the homeless at Skid Row? Let's read the transcript. This is Tokyo Toni talking. All of these different like dash marks are curse words. Okay. So she's saying, you watch those MFers. You up your are you curse word? What's up, bro? Come in. Get you something to eat, man. I got no muffin, nothing today. Here, that's right, curse word. This curse word. He's a worthless mother, curse word. But Jon Snow, you have a curse word. Wait a minute. Here, bro. Just come get this money here. Get off your ass. Back. Go, curse word to me. Money means nothing. So she's screaming out of her car window, come get this money, you curse words. She's calling them MFs and lazy. And she's saying like really mean stuff, cursing them out, but telling them to come get the money. And she hands out what looks like $3 to each person. Here's another video that she did as Leading for God, right? She talks about me having God in my name. Meanwhile, she's trying to bootleg and be me. She says she's the only reality TV star that gives back. Tokyo Toni feeds the homeless. What is she feeding them? A pot of spaghetti out of the trunk of her car. All right, so here's a more clearer screenshot. Tokyo Toni feeds the homeless. She giving a pot of spaghetti out of the trunk of her car to random people. Another video that she did, it says, Mama D didn't show up for the people, but I did. Tokyo Toni feeds the homeless. So once again, she's showing that she's serving them, I don't know, bologna and cheese sandwiches, potato chips, and an apple. Okay, so you get a sandwich, chips, and an apple from her. She said, here, this is a transcript of Tokyo Toni speaking. She says, apples, chips, we have soda, juice, water, along with hot chicken, hot food. In this video, she didn't show any hot food. She only showed the sandwiches, the chips, and the apples. She did not show the beverages. She said, this is coming directly from my heart and on my ground heart, as well as donors all over the world. Even though we didn't get a lot of money. Hold on, I'm trying to move this tool out. Script. She says, we didn't get a lot of money, less than $500, but we good and we thank God. Now, does this look like $500 worth of food to you? Some sandwiches, chips, and apples, 2 bags of apples. That's $500 worth of food. And she's trying to say, we thank God. And this is another screenshot from that same video where she's saying that she got $500 in donations and she put together chips, sandwiches, and apples. Does this look like $500 worth of food? Or does it look like she pocketed $440 out of the $500 and only spent $60 on the sandwiches, chips, and apples? Okay, as she said she would do. Someone else made a video, Tokyo Toni fake helping the homeless. Okay. Tokyo Toni's Roku TV channel is a lie. Coming to Roku TV, my story. Truthing lies out. I'm glad this is blurred because she's showing somebody who may or may not be shooting up drugs. Tokyo Toni captions the video as Leading for God, mind you. Tokyo Toni helps shoot up topics, drug world in Philly. I don't know why she would show a woman shooting up drugs, but it's just wrong. Like, there's certain things you should just talk about but not demonstrate. I'm a substance abuse counselor. Okay, guys, I've heard some horrible things about how people have taken and used drugs. Okay, I don't just blatantly tell everybody all of those crazy stories. It's too much for the general public. Here's her SHN Network. Now, I don't know if I said this earlier, so I'm going to go back a little bit and just show you guys how she's deceiving us with the SHN Network. Because for the past few days, I've been showing you guys that her channel has been Miss Tokyo Toni. That's it, right? This is the one that she's now uploading on since she's banned off of her main page. She just changed it to Miss Tokyo Toni SHN Network. Why would she do that when the SHN Network does not exist? Let me prove the point to you. Here's the SHN Network. All right, this is the menu. This is her Roku channel, Tokyo Toni's Roku channel. All right, so here's a shot of her from her. You can Google this. It says Tokyo's Revenge, Baltimore Final. These videos are 3 minutes, 1 second, 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 3 minutes, 7 seconds. And she was charging like $9.99 a month for her Roku channel. That's why I said she's probably the one who told Jag to start a Roku channel. But guess what? When you click on any of the links to any of this stuff, the menu, contact us, about page, even how to subscribe to the channel, you get not found. SHNnetworks.com. Not found. When you type in SHNnetwork.com, which was the website associated with her, you get an error message. Okay, so the SHN Network is not in existence anymore. But Tokyo Toni, as I showed you in my previous videos on her, she made a statement that Jag's Roku channel was a flop and was only getting $10 or $25 a month. So why would she say all that about Jag when her SHN Network is dead? And not only that, why is she promoting herself as Miss Tokyo Toni SHN Network when it don't exist? Why are you doing that? You was Miss Tokyo Toni for the past, since August 2019. You've been Miss Tokyo Toni for the past 3 years. Now all of a sudden in the past 24 hours, you want to add SHN Network that don't exist to your name. Why are you doing that, Miss Tokyo? Now, I told you guys I was going to review her interview with Real Life Street Stars, which was supposed to be Thursday, which is today. I have not seen it. She's wearing the Real Life Street Stars t-shirt, just like Jag did in her Real Life Street Stars interviews. So I did see an interview on their channel, but it was not with them. It was with a radio station. So I don't know what's going on. All right. But I'm going to find out and let you guys know as soon as I do. Maybe it's too early. OK, it's only about, 6 or 7 p.m. So maybe they're going to air it later on tonight. I don't know. But I'll look out for it. And I plan to do one more video on her tomorrow anyway. So we'll find out if she did the interview. What's going on with Tokyo Toni in a worldly perspective is mental health and substance abuse. In a spiritual realm, there's a scripture that talks about Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. It says, according to Daniel, the book of Daniel in the Bible, the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar suffers from a mental illness and lives isolated for 7 years until he acknowledges God. It says Nebuchadnezzar was humbled by God for boasting about his achievements. All right. And in modern day terms, in my opinion, this is what we see with people who suffer from narcissism. Excessive interest in or admiration of oneself and one's physical appearance. Now, we all know Tokyo Toni is and was a stripper. That's why her name is Tokyo Toni. That's her stripper name. So that means that she is obsessed with her physical appearance. Okay. Narcissists usually only see other people as a source of supply. That's why she's always cursing out her daughter, like, give me money or I'm going to do something bad to you. Right? That's why she's always demanding money from her followers. She curses people out and thinks that people are still going to donate to her. Delusions of grandeur. Her content is non-existent. She just rambles things that don't make sense. Like, what is your content, Tokyo? You know, she's just like Jaguar in the sense that she makes promises that she doesn't keep. She says I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, in terms of making real content that has a subject, but she never does. Right? But she still expects people to donate to her. For what? Underneath the definition of narcissism, it says psychology, selfishness involving a sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, and a need for admiration as characterizing a personality type. So her selfishness and how she behaves on the internet, shaking her butt, yelling and screaming and cursing like it's not an embarrassment to her whole entire family and her grandchildren. Involving a sense of entitlement, how she treats her daughter Black China. I don't care if Black China is in the devil network or not. When you're a parent and you have children, you take care of your children until they're an adult, like 18 or 21. And then your kids are supposed to take care of you in the last 18 or 20 years of your life, not for your whole entire life. You're like 50 or 60, Tokyo. You're not at a point in your life where Black China should be taking care of you. So the entitlement that you feel towards her money and her income is where the narcissism comes in. Your lack of empathy, Tokyo Toni, to say that out of your own mouth, that for every $250 people donate to you for the homeless, you're going to pocket 220 of it. That's a lack of empathy. Your need for admiration. Trying to call me a groupie because I'm asking you investigative journalist questions. That's not what a groupie is. A groupie is somebody who would follow you around, never question you, and only compliment you. But her perception that being investigated is a form of admiration is part of her narcissistic personality disorder. Right? And it says below that, self-centeredness arising from failure to distinguish the self from external objects, either in very young babies or as a feature of a mental disorder. The fact that Tokyo Toni thinks everyone exists to serve her, to give her money, like everyone is just an object for her to use and then discard when she's finished with you. Right? Tokyo Toni has no lasting relationships. She just left her husband recently. All right. We don't know any of her consistent friends. She's done enough reality TV shows that you would think she would have one or two friends that you would always see again and again and again in her life, like you do with other people on other reality shows. They have friends, they have family. No matter how many years you watch a reality show, you will still see that person interacting with those same friends and those same family. You don't see that with Tokyo Toni because her mental disorder prevents her from being able to see people as anything other than a source of supply for her. Okay. So I'm going to end this video here for all of my people. Thank you so much for joining my channel. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you guys have any questions or comments or ideas for my channel, you can put it in the comment section. You can email me at leilaniforgod@gmail.com. I welcome all comments, even criticism. I'm not going to curse you out. Either I'm going to agree with you or disagree with you, and I'll provide a rationale either way. That's how I roll. That's called being accountable and being responsible. And the type of people that I expose, they absolutely hate being accountable or being responsible. And that's why I call them demonic spirits. So stay blessed, and I'll see you in my next video.